Good morning, madam. My name is Vaishnavi Vani. Today I'll be presenting about Malaysia criminal justice system. The following slide is about KAMES and ORS v State Government of Negeri Sembilan and ORS. Reference details, jurisdiction, Court of Appeal, Malaysia. Date of decision 7 November 2014. The issue is whether transgender women with gender identity disorder (GID) rights contradict Sharia law and constitutional law. The appellant's three transgender women applied for judicial review of Section 66 of the Sharia Criminal Enactment 1992, Negeri Sembilan, on the grounds that it was unconstitutional. Section 66 makes it an offense for a Muslim man to wear a woman's attire or pose as a woman in public. Those convicted face a 1,000 ringgit fine, a term of imprisonment not exceeding 6 months, or both. The appellants were described in the case as Muslim men who were not normal males because they have gender identity disorder. From a young age of the appellants had been expressing themselves as a woman and showing mannerisms of the feminine gender such as wearing women's clothes and using makeups. Each of the appellants had been repeatedly arrested, detained and prosecuted pursuant to Section 66. The appellants applied to the High Court for judicial review of Section 66, arguing that it should be declared void as it violated a number of their constitutional rights, including the right to equality. The High Court dismissed the application and the appellants were granted leave to appeal in this case. So the case summary is freedom of speech can include expressive conduct such as cross-dressing. A law that criminalized the act of cross-dressing by Muslim men was held unconstitutional by a appeals court as violating several provisions of the Malaysian constitution. These included violations of the right to life, livelihood, equal protection, and freedom of speech. The decision was the court found out that Section 66 was inconsistent with a number of fundamental liberties contained with Part 2 of the Constitution and was therefore unconstitutional. It was not disputed that all Islamic laws must be consistent with Part 2 of the Constitution. Article 4(1) of the Constitution provides that any law that is inconsistent with the Constitution shall be void to the extent of the inconsistency, and accordingly, Section 66 was void. In reaching its decision, the court emphasized that the question for it was not whether Section 66 is consistent with the precepts of Islam, nor did the court accept the arguments of the state that Section 66 was not detrimental to the appellants because persons suffering from GID were persons of unsound mind and so had a defense open to them. In finding so, the court stated that it is absurd and insulting to suggest that the appellants and other transgenders are persons of unsound mind. Article 8. Section 66 provided for equal treatment between the two groups, males and females. It did not provide any exception for sufferers of GID like the appellants. Section 66 placed GID sufferers in an untenable and horrible situation which was degrading, oppressive, and inhuman. Accordingly, the inclusion of persons suffering from GID in the Section 66 prohibition discriminated against persons like the appellants and denied them the equal protection of the law. Further, Section 66 was not personal law for the purpose of Article 8(5), which allows discrimination on the basis of gender in personal law. Section 66 was not enacted pursuant to the sub-item of the Item 1 of List 2 of the 9th schedule referring to personal law. Rather, it was enacted pursuant to the sub-item of Item 1 of List 2 that refers to creation and punishment of offences by persons professing the religion of Islam against precepts of that religion. Law. National laws, Article 5(1), 8(1), 9(2), 10(1)(a), and 10-2 of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia, and Section 66 of the Sharia Criminal Enactment 1992. Thank you very much.